Hey, sports fans, welcome back to another episode. I got Jay back with me. We're going to talk about the AL season and all the successes that we had here. Because the NL, we weren't very good on. I feel like the AL, we might be a little better.
Well, I did pick the Brewers.
Yeah.
I did pick the Dodgers.
Yeah.
And in AL, I did pick Seattle.
Yeah.
I cannot remember for the life of me if I picked Detroit or Kansas City.
I think you told me in a text you took Detroit. But
Okay.
I could be wrong.
Well, and regardless,
but
it was Cleveland, so that doesn't matter. And then, let's see. In the East.
I think you had Baltimore, if I remember correctly.
I did, and that was as bad a pick as Braves were in the National.
Yeah, let's start there. Let's start in the AL East with Baltimore.
Oh.
What a disappointing season they had.
Oh, that's putting it mildly.
I mean, you know, we talked about can Corbin Burns be replaced?
Evidently not.
I don't think he was.
Then he goes to Arizona and gets hurt.
Yeah. But, you know, betting wise, I had the World Series pennant in AL East all nose, so I hit all of that. Win total 87.5. I had the over, missed that one by a mile and a half.
No.
Make the playoffs, I had the yes, and that was an obvious no.
A lot of injuries to the pitching staff.
This was a 75-win team that was 19 games behind the leaders of the AL East, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But
the big disappointment for them, and I heard the final numbers, one of my favorite players in baseball is Henderson, Gunnar Henderson.
Mm-hmm.
He only had 17 home runs this year. That's a big drop for him. Of course, Santander, 40-something home runs last year. He went to Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
Then on a trade deadline, O'Hearn went to Padres. But there are bright spots on the horizon for Baltimore. They have a lot of good young position players that will come around. The question for them next year will be if the ownership, which he's shown signs of it in the past, they've got to go out and get some reliable starting pitchers.
Yeah,
they got a decent bullpen.
Mm-hmm.
They gotta get some starters.
And I kind of feel like Baltimore was at a place the Braves were. No one was at their average. Everyone played below it.
Right.
And
everybody at the same time.
And it's so hard when no one plays above or at their average.
Right. And
to find a way to win a game.
Absolutely. Yeah, you're right.
So, you know.
Well, they got desperate enough that they pulled in Charlie Morton, and he was one of their best pitchers.
And speaking of Charlie Morton.
It was nice what the Braves did bringing him back.
I was thrilled
that
the Braves did not sign him for this year. Because I thought he was old. I didn't think he was capable anymore. And I think that proved to be correct.
Mm-hmm.
But Baltimore traded him to Minnesota or to Detroit.
Right.
Detroit released him after he gave up like 500 home runs to the Braves in his final start at Detroit. The Braves picked him up, said pitch an inning or two in our final game. He got the standing ovation.
Great.
You know, he got to go out a Brave. He came in as a Brave.
Won the World Series.
After being traded, he came back as free agent, pitched in the World Series, helped us win that with a broken leg. Broke his leg in whatever game it was he pitched in the World Series and gutted it out through the rest of that inning.
Yeah.
Just a complete stud his entire career. I was really thrilled that the Braves, what they did for him.
Yeah.
Tampa Bay Rays. This was another team that I had everything exactly perfect. World Series, no. Pennant, no. AL East, no. Win total 81.5 under. Make playoffs, no. Check, check, check.
I may have been perfect sometimes too, but I don't gamble. Go ahead.
But the only thing I got wrong on that one was I had Tampa Bay be in last place. As far as my AL East projections, I had Tampa Bay in fifth.
Baltimore.
They finished fourth, but other than that, they just. I mean, it's not that they were underwhelming.
No,
because no one expected anything out of them. But I don't know. It's just kind of a blah team.
they did fine for their budget and their stadium, and yeah.
All right, let's get into the real action here. Because I hate to say this one, Boston Red Sox. The only thing I got right here was they did not win the AL East. Obviously, I don't have them for the World Series or pennant, but I can't say yes or no on that yet. Because they did make the playoffs, which makes that no, I took their wrong. Their win total 86.5. I had the under. That was wrong.
I picked them to finish second.
I think moving Rafael Devers probably paid off.
I think so.
For Boston. Because my players to watch here, Rafael Devers, is he willing to move from third? He may not have been willing, so Boston said, all right, hit the brakes. We'll just get rid of you.
I totally agree. Yeah. He's toxic.
And
I never could stand it.
Kirk's keys was eliminate the dissension and play everyone that will allow team to win.
Mm-hmm.
And that's exactly what they did.
They did, yeah. Then some good young players come through. They've got a great farm system, and I look for better things down the road.
Yeah.
One thing I did not see coming was the year Chapman had. Oh, holy cow.
Yeah.
Probably get relief man of the year this year. I didn't see that coming.
Yeah. He hadn't been very good the last few years.
Right. Well, he told somebody in an interview, this first year he decided he was going to start trying to locate his fastball. And he stopped partying.
Stop partying.
So, yeah.
That'll
it's done the trick.
Yeah.
He's at one of the best years he's ever had.
Yeah.
Yeah. Amazing.
Yeah. Let's talk New York Yankees, the arch nemesis of those Red Sox. I got a couple things right here. I missed on them winning the AL East. Obviously, I can't say anything on the World Series and pennant yet, but I do have them losing in the World Series, meaning they would win the AL pennant. The win total was 91.5. I took the over and hit that. Make playoffs. I had the yes. Here's the thing about the Yankees. So my dad's a Yankee fan. So I've grown up more rooting for them than against them, which is probably why I don't want the Red Sox to win ever. Man, their fans are annoying.
They are disgusting in my opinion.
I mean, you get these guys complaining about blah 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 blah, and it's like, dude, you're going to go to the playoffs.
Mm-hmm.
Like, you're talking to a Braves fan who has no chance.
Steve Phillips made an interesting statement on his show the other morning on MLB Network that there should be a long line of Yankee fans lined up to personally apologize to Aaron Boone and Brian Cashman, because halfway through the season they were ready to hang both of them.
Yeah.
So yeah, they don't tolerate anything. They talk about how knowledgeable they are. To me, they disrespect the game.
Mm-hmm.
They hold other teams in contempt. They don't respect the greatness of other teams' players. You know, I can't stand the Yankee fans.
Yeah.
Now that's not necessarily, I don't mean that to the Yankee fans like your dad, Gary Shipman, out here,
Right.
throughout the nation.
The
That's
New York,
different than the
New
ones that
York
are in
Bronx.
New York
Right.
at the games.
Right.
That's a different
Yeah.
story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I can understand, especially with people your dad's age, how they could be Yankee fans because of what they've
you know,
seen.
I mean, my dad always talks about they're on the CBS Game of the Week every Saturday when he was a kid.
Right. Well, before cable,
yeah. So
that's all you saw.
That's all he could watch.
Before TBS brought us the Braves and WGN brought us the Cubs.
Yeah.
That's basically all you had.
Yeah.
Them and the Dodgers and the Cardinals occasionally. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. But the reason that I didn't pick, the surprising thing to me was I didn't pick them to, I think I would have picked them to finish third. Because when they lost Garrett Cole, I thought, well, they can't recover from that. No way in the world did I see Max Fried having the kind of year.
Well, and that's where I was going to go next because my players to watch was Max Fried.
Mm-hmm.
I have here, can he return to form before his 2023 injury? He's 11-10 last year.
Mm-hmm.
It was his highest ERA in a full season that he had ever had.
Shocked me, yeah.
And this year he was 19-5 with a 2.86 ERA. He returned to form.
Mm-hmm.
When Max Fried is good, he's outstanding. The 19 wins is the most in MLB. He had the most wins in baseball.
Yeah. The other thing that surprised me about them, and I will say surprised to the point of not believing it, the most home runs that Trent Grisham has ever had in his life up to this year was 17.
Mm-hmm.
He had 30-something this year.
Yeah.
36, I think. Now that tells me that either there's something going on that we don't know about, or Yankee Stadium's a very easy stadium to hit home runs in.
I think it's an easy stadium to hit home runs in.
For Trent Grisham to have that kind of year,
I think they built that park for Aaron Judge myself.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
But that's just me.
Yeah.
They definitely didn't build it for a pitcher. And
Oh,
the fact Max Fried was as good as he was, having to pitch there was
that's right.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Toronto Blue Jays.
Shocked.
Kudos to the Blue Jays.
Yeah.
I got one thing right here. Again, World Series pennant. I'm not saying I'm going to be right on those either because I have the World Series and AL pennant both as no's.
Mm-hmm.
They very well might go win that thing.
Mm-hmm.
But they won the AL East. Their win total 78.5. I did take the over, so I got that one right. I had them no as a playoff team, but I had them third in the AL East.
That's
when we did this.
I have them third or fourth, yeah.
But down here, I have betting props to take. I had the Yankees win the World Series just because of the odds, I think. But my prop to avoid was Blue Jays over under wins. Because I have here Blue Jays were in a spot. If they were in the race at the trade deadline, they buy. If they're out of it, they sell like crazy. They weren't just in it.
At the beginning of the season, we didn't know if Vlad Jr. was still going to be there either.
Right.
So,
yeah.
Bringing him back and signing him to that extension, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And you know, and then one of my Kirk's Keys says if starting pitching can bounce back, and then they have a good lineup with Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, and the addition of Anthony Santander.
And he didn't play. He just not coming back. He didn't play most of the season.
Right.
Yeah.
So I mean, they were phenomenal.
Yeah. tremendous defensive team.
Mm-hmm.
Their outfield, I found out today, was the best defensive outfield in all of baseball. Yeah, I was surprised. It's a tough place to play for visitors.
Yeah.
The fan base is unbelievable.
Well, it's the only team Canada has.
Right. Yeah, the whole country could root for that.
Yeah.
But yeah, it surprised me. Snyder is evidently a terrific manager. So yeah, I was surprised. I had him third or fourth. Yeah.
Yeah.
But God bless them when win the division.
Hey,
No, that's
yeah.
great.
Yeah. I do usually like to see that kept in U.S. side, but fun story. Let's go AL Central. And let's start with the Chicago White Sox. Again, check marks down the board.
Yeah.
They
did do better than I thought they would this year, though. And they got some decent young talent.
Yeah, and their win total was at 53.5, set by Vegas, and I did take the over on that.
Mm-hmm.
60. But one of my keys here I do want to talk about. My players to watch was Colson Montgomery.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I remarked to you when we went to Toledo and we watched Toledo play the White Sox farm system team.
Right. Mm-hmm. Charlotte.
I didn't understand after that third double in the gap why he was still down.
Mm-hmm.
And a couple weeks later, he was up, and he just dominated even at the Chicago level.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe I'm a little biased because he used to dagger Linton all the time when he was in high school.
Yeah, bless his heart.
But what a nice season he had. I'm trying to find his stats here.
Numbers, yeah.
I don't really know. Let's go. Team here, White Sox. Did he not play shortstop?
Did he play second?
Let's just go all positions.
Yeah, they got some good young players. Some bright spots down the road. Now, where their management will know what to do with it, that's a whole different story. But I think the White Sox are suffering basically from the same thing the Colts have suffered from in the past. I think their ownership needs to change.
Mm-hmm.
Jerry Reinsdorf just doesn't. I don't think he's able to handle it anymore.
All right, here it is. So Montgomery played in 71 games with the White Sox this year. He hit .239 average, but he had 21 home runs.
Wow. Okay.
55 RBI, 61 hits. So
that's great.
He had a solid year. I'm actually surprised with.
You said 239?
239, that's a little low.
Well, but, we talked about this before.
Mm-hmm.
In the way the game is currently played,
yeah,
250 is the new 300, so
right.
He's batted basically 270 back in the day.
Right.
So, 239 is not that bad anymore.
No, and then, I was talking about the doubles. He only had 9 doubles, but, heck, 21 home runs.
Yeah.
He had 9 doubles and 1 triple. That's 31 extra base hits. He had 61 hits.
Does it say there what his slugging percentage is?
Slugging 529.
Well, see, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah,
so he had a...
For what he did, it was productive.
Yeah, he had a very nice half season.
Yeah.
I hope he's a Rookie of the Year candidate next year. I hope he has a really nice year.
That'd be fantastic. Yeah.
But...
Yeah.
All right, we'll move on from them because they suck. Let's go to another team that sucks, the Minnesota Twins. I
picked them to do bad this year.
And I did not. I had them in second.
Yeah, no, not me. I didn't see where they were going to get the offense, and they didn't.
But man, I mean, they traded everybody at the deadline.
Yeah.
I told Kyle McCann, like, I didn't know if you're going to have a team.
Yeah, I didn't see him finish any better than third or fourth.
But,
Yeah.
You know, World Series, no. Pennant, no. Central, no. Win total, Vegas set at 84.5. I took the over. I had them making the playoffs. Just
Not me. Yeah.
just a nightmare. They only ended up with 70 wins.
Yeah.
Uh,
Yeah, I didn't. Yeah, I that's about what I thought.
and then another team that was kind of underwhelming. I'm not going to say they sucked, but Kansas City Royals. I really thought they would be better this year than what they were.
Bad injuries to two of the starters.
I had them winning the AL Central, which was wrong. I had 83.5 wins. I took the over, which was wrong. Obviously, making the playoffs, I had yes, that was wrong. But again, 82 wins. You know, they weren't far off, but
That winning record, yeah. But like I said, they had key injuries to starters. Cole Reagans for one thing.
yeah,
I think they'll be a lot better than that next year,
yeah.
barring injuries. You know, we can't predict that.
You're right. Detroit Tigers.
To me that's a twofold thing, because in the first place, halfway through the season, they were better than I thought they'd be.
Mm-hmm.
At one point, they had the best record in baseball.
Yeah.
They were even ahead of Milwaukee for the best record in baseball. Yeah. Now, there's no way I would have thought that.
Right.
But there's also no way that I thought that they would absolutely, historically, collapse to a historical extent. Wow.
Yeah. And you know, it's like we talked last time, though. At least Cleveland was winning.
Right.
Like, Detroit collapsed. I mean, don't get me wrong. Anytime the Atlanta Braves this season sweep you, you were playing extremely bad baseball.
Yeah.
But Cleveland was winning.
Right.
Cleveland didn't play 500 ball like the Reds did.
They went like 19 out of their until the last week of the season, they were like 19 out of 20. It's unbelievable.
Yeah. In the last 10, because that's what the standings here will show. Guardians finished 7-3, Tigers 2-8.
Yeah.
You know,
the ERA for like a 20-game stretch there. I heard the other day the ERA for the Cleveland starting staff was like 2.08.
Mm-hmm.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
Who would have seen that coming?
Right.
You know.
Yeah.
Especially after trading off one of your best pitchers to Toronto.
Yeah.
You know. So yeah. Smoke and mirrors, man. I just.
Yeah. But the Cleveland Guardians, I didn't get anything right on them.
I doubt very many people did.
I had no's all the way. I took the under 82.5. I had no on the playoffs. My player to watch was Tim Herron, South Grad, went to IU. He didn't do anything. I think he ended up back in AAA, maybe even. Marquise was a questionable rotation, and Jose Ramirez.
Which, he's just money.
Yeah.
Every year he's just money.
Yeah.
Probably the most underpublicized, underrated players in baseball. You know, nobody talks about him being in Cleveland, but your true baseball fans know he's just always one of the best every year.
Yeah. So
Mr. Consistency.
I mean, and that's what Cleveland is. They're just consistent.
Yeah.
They're not going to blow anyone out of the water, but they'll snipe you.
Yeah.
All right. Got anything else on AL Central?
No, it's going to be a heck of a series.
Well, let's go to the AL West and talk about the California Athletics here. Again,
Love the name. Yeah.
again, got everything correct here. World Series, no. Pennant, no. AL West, no. Win total 71.5. I took the over. And they finished at 76. Make playoffs? No. I don't know. They kind of finished where I thought they would.
Well, they did this year. But I said this, before the year started, that they're going to be a very interesting team.
Mm-hmm.
The Las Vegas fans are going to be just overjoyed when they get there. They have some really exciting young players, and they finally signed at least 2 of them to long-term deals, so they're going to be there for a while.
Yeah.
I could, I really like this team. They're just like Butler, Rooker, the rookie at first base.
Mm-hmm.
Can't think of his name right off the top of my head. I'm terrible with names again. But he'll probably get rookie of the year. There's a lot of reasons. The Sacramento people are probably going to be really sad to see him go.
Well, I mean, the 10,000 that actually get to go to the game.
Yeah, but they probably really grew some fans there.
Well, I will say they had more fans in that little stadium than what Oakland did in their Coliseum.
You're right. Yeah.
So they show out better in Sacramento.
Yeah. So, but they're very possibility to be a really good team down the road.
Yeah. Los Angeles Angels.
Oh,
The only thing I missed on them was the win total is at 71.5. I took the under. They had 72 again. What a line. Very nice line by Vegas. Gosh, they're good at what they do. The only thing that concerned me about the Angels this year was, again, they kind of finished where I thought they would, was Wash. Their manager, Ron Washington, quadruple bypass surgery. Thankfully, he's on the mend. He's going to return next year, it looks like. I hated to lose him as a Braves fan, but...
Well, the sad thing for me is it's another year that we are not going to get to see one of the better players of all time not make the playoffs. Poor Mike Trout. It's really sad.
And when we talk about players leaving, not having any loyalty, but the same point on that, where's the Angels' loyalty to Mike Trout to try and get him a winner?
Yeah.
To me, that kind of works both ways.
Yeah, it's sad. It's sad for him. I feel bad for him. Unfortunately, there'll be so many fans out there that will, because of the way the TV rights and everything are now, that will never see him play.
Yeah.
It's a tragedy.
Yeah.
It is. It's sad.
Yeah. Texas Rangers.
Disappointing.
I had everything correct on this one. The win total was 85.5. I took the under. I had them know as a playoff team. My players to watch. I have here Jesse Chavez. This is a guy that has been on 9 different teams since 2008. He has struggled most places, but is fantastic in Atlanta. That guy was so bad this year, even in Atlanta, he had to retire.
Yeah.
Like, he couldn't make it.
Key injuries again. A lot of injuries. Yeah. So I think they actually did pretty decent for the amount of injuries that they had to key players.
Well, and that's another team that they weren't completely out of it
Right.
2 weeks left in the season.
Right.
They,
Yeah,
they still had an opportunity.
They were
they
still
just,
chasing Houston and Seattle. Yeah.
They just didn't finish strong.
Well, and when
And even looking at the wild card, they weren't far out of that thing either.
when you have a player the caliber of Seager hurt again, that pretty well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think they finished 81-81. They were 6 games back, but there was a couple weeks to go. They were only 2 back.
Mm-hmm.
Like they were not out of it. So,
Yeah. Right.
I know.
And they kind of played spoiler there too, because they played at Cleveland, and they beat Cleveland a game or two.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, they actually did better considering their injuries. They actually did better than I thought they would.
Yeah. Let's talk about Houston Astros.
Oh, my heart breaks. Yeah.
Does it really?
Oh, I'm as sad about them not making the playoffs as you are about the Mets not making the playoffs. I know it's history, but I will always hold a grudge that the cheaters never got any punishment that they deserve. So I can hold that against them the rest of my life. I don't care.
So you're not a fan of hitting trash cans or wearing buzzers?
No, the heck with the Houston Astros. I could care less they ever win another game.
Looking at them though, I thought they would win the AL West and make the playoffs. I missed on that. Win total 86.5. I took the over. They won 87. Again, Vegas won a line. I'm actually very surprised they didn't make it, but I don't really care because I don't like the Astros either. So, let's get on to the one you really want to talk about here. Saving the best for last.
Yes, sir.
Seattle Mariners. Let me say what I gotta say, and then I'll let you cook here. I had nothing correct on the Seattle Mariners.
I realize
no series, no in the AL pennant, no in the West. 84.5. I had them on the under, making the playoffs. I had the no. The only thing I had accurate was the Kirk's Keys.
Okay.
I said Kevin Seitzer was the biggest offseason ad. If he can do here what he did in Atlanta, this is a playoff team. And I wish I would have put the numbers down because in here they had 2 guys who can hit. And I have all the averages by position. Left field, 219, that went up. Catcher, 220, that went up, plus he hit 60 home runs.
Yeah.
First base, 243, that went up. Second base, 201, that went up. Third base, 213, that went up. Shortstop, 202, that went up. DH, 172, that went up. Right field was 307 last year. That went down, not a whole lot. Center field, 273, that went down. Again, not a whole lot. Seitzer is a hitting genius.
Well,
and I'm glad to have in here if he can do what he did in Atlanta. This is a playoff team because that kind of saves me from getting absolutely nothing correct because he absolutely did change their approach.
But he had a little help.
Sure.
I mean, that was a 2-headed monster because the co-batting coach was Edgar Martinez.
Right.
And if you remember, before the season started, I said the key moves that were made in the offseason might not have anything to do with players.
Nothing with players.
Yeah. And those 2 guys right there.
Yep.
And unless I'm wrong, and I'm probably not about this team, they were either the leader or in top 5 last year in all of baseball in strikeouts.
Yeah.
That plummeted this year. And, you said that the center field average went down, but it took Julio a little bit of time
Yeah.
to buy into these guys, and you look at what Julio did in the second half. One of the best players in all baseball in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But not even talking about his defense. But yeah, and then the other key was the management of this team, the ownership, that level of management, the general manager and the ownership did something this year that they hadn't done in the past. When they went out to trade deadline and brought those two guys in, especially one of the most unpublicized players that nobody thinks about being a great player, Naylor.
Mm-hmm.
Who would have thought that this guy, he almost had 30 steals.
Right.
Big old rumbling Naylor.
Yeah.
You know, so.
Now, let me clarify something here. Because I said the center field went down.
Mm-hmm.
It was at 273 last year.
Okay.
He hit 267 this year.
Okay.
Okay, 6 points. It drops. It wasn't like he fell off 30, 40 points, something like that. He was still at that range to where.
And take it to account.
Did it really drop? But what I was looking at, did it go up?
Right.
So it officially went down, so I couldn't.
Right.
Okay, look at me. And then when you look at the right field, they had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 different guys hitting the right field. And then Dominic Canzone.
Oh, he's out. He's outstanding.
He played in 82 games. He hit 300.
Right.
So again.
And in September, his numbers are ridiculous.
Right. But again, Robles hit 307 last year. Mm-hmm. Again, you're talking the 6, 7 point range there, where it's like, okay, it officially went down, but not a whole lot.
And what aggravates me every time I listen to the experts on MLB Network talking about the year that Houston had, they bring up all the injuries Houston had.
Mm-hmm.
Don't give any credit whatsoever to the fact that Gilbert, one of the top pitchers from last year, all-star representative, he missed significant time. Miller, they had 3 of their starting 5 rotation missed significant time this year in the first half of the season. They don't bring that up.
Right.
They just have this love affair with Houston, you know. So that aggravates me to death.
Yeah.
But I picked them to win the division. One of the ones I got right.
Mm-hmm.
So, and Taylor and I are just thrilled to death. It's so exciting. And
you probably went to more games in Seattle than anywhere else this year, right?
I did. Went to 1 game in St. Louis, and I went to 3 or 4 games in Seattle.
Yeah.
You know, we're going to get into this when we talk about the playoffs, and what will contribute to who wins what in the AL. Amazing thing happened. Since Seattle's off for 5 days, they decided that they were going to have 2 scrimmages open to the public where the Seattle players could play each other. I saw that yesterday during the Seattle game. The announcers were talking about. I was excited, so I texted it to Taylor. Taylor had already checked into getting tickets. Now we're talking about a stadium that seats 40-something thousand people.
Mm-hmm.
Both scrimmages are sold out. 40-something thousand people to come and watch the scrimmage.
Yeah.
Shows you how much this town is behind this team.
Yeah.
And it's a tough place to play.
It is. Looking at the playoffs here, I got 2 right in my AL playoff prediction thing.
Oh, who was going to make it to the playoffs?
And seeding, even.
Oh, okay.
I had Baltimore as the 1 seed. I had Houston as the 2 seed. I had Kansas City as the 3 seed.
Wow.
I hit the Yankees at the 4 seed. I had Twins as the 5 seed, and I hit the Tigers with the 6 seed. Let's just say my moneymaker was the NL.
You're a National League guy.
I did not bet very well
You're a
in the
National
American
League
League.
guy. I'm an American League guy. You're a National League guy.
But looking at the playoffs, I think the American League playoffs will be the most exciting in the wild card.
Mm-hmm.
The 3-6 seed.
I agree.
You got Detroit at Cleveland. A little rivalry matchup there.
Mm-hmm.
Obviously, the familiarity, being the AL Central, rivals. This is another. I'm taking Cleveland because it's at Cleveland. And Cleveland's playing very well, and Detroit couldn't beat the Braves. So if you can't beat the Braves, you can't win a playoff series. Just my opinion.
I pretty much agree with exactly that. And here's the thing. It's at Cleveland. I know the first game in any, especially a 3-game series, I know it's cliche to say that the first game in a 3-game series means a lot.
Mm-hmm.
But there are 2 series that, because of who's pitching and the rest of the team, there's 2 series, the other one we'll talk about in a minute.
Yep.
If Derek School does not win the first game, Detroit's got no prayer.
No.
That their whole postseason is going to hang right on him.
Yeah.
And they've already beat him twice.
Right.
And they beat him last year in the playoffs.
Yeah.
But if he does not win, and then the keys to, like I said, I just frankly don't know how Cleveland's done it besides good fundamental baseball. But Ramirez can't do it all by himself. So the key to Cleveland is going to be Stephen Kwan has to get on base and cause some trouble.
Yep.
Because Jose Ramirez can't win it by himself.
Right.
You've got to put somebody on base in front of him. He can steal, he can bunt. That's the 2 keys to me.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but Derek School can't win game 1.
Yeah.
They're cooked.
Yep.
But I'm still going to pick Cleveland.
Yeah.
Just because it's there.
Yeah. Boston at New York.
There again. Okay. Game 1.
It's the same thing. It's the same thing.
If Crochet can't win game 1,
yeah.
And in this pitching matchup, but if Crochet can't get in game 1, they can mail it in.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm not going to say they're not going to be capable of winning another game, but that's key.
Yeah.
And a big key to that is that Garrett Crochet has owned Aaron Judge.
Yeah.
Aaron Judge has struck out. This is amazing that Aaron Judge has struck out 10 times against Garrett Crochet, and he has never struck out more than 4 times against anybody else.
Yeah.
But there again.
Yep.
If Crochet can't win the first game, then forget it.
Yeah.
Yeah. But if he wins the first game, then because the Red Sox, and I know the Yankees didn't really have a great first half, and they really came on in the second half.
Mm-hmm.
But the Red Sox aren't scared of playing in Yankee Stadium.
No, they're not. All right, so who you got? Yankees, Red Sox.
Yankees.
Yankees, yeah, that's who I got.
Well, I would go with the Yankees, but like I said, if Crochet can't win game 1, then it's just all.
Yeah.
Yeah. And then Cleveland, Seattle. I think Seattle really got the best position here.
Yeah, I don't think Cleveland can win in Seattle.
I don't either. And then they get to avoid both either New York or Toronto.
Mm-hmm.
They don't have to go through both of them.
Mm-hmm.
What a nice position for that.
Absolutely, yeah.
Okay, that'll wrap up this episode. We'll be back.
Well,
BA
you
and I will.
didn't go any farther than that, though.
Well, we'll be back. We'll come back. We'll talk
Okay.
next week when we know that we're actually right in our predictions.
Okay.
But BA and I will be back Thursday probably to talk a little NCAA and NFL action. And email me at buckysportshow@gmail.com if you got anything you want me to discuss. As always, like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff, and enjoy the games.